Welcome to this explainer. Okay, picture this. Have you ever caught yourself just sitting at your desk, staring blankly at a screen, and promising yourself that things are gonna be different? You know the feeling. You tell yourself, tomorrow I'm finally gonna update that resume. Tomorrow I'll ask for that promotion. Tomorrow I'll launch that side business and really truly change my life. We all know that universal struggle of constantly pushing our biggest career and life goals to some imaginary date in the future. Well, let's dive into this, because today we're going to uncover the hidden biological forces that are actively fighting against your professional growth.
Just listen to this inner monologue for a second. Tomorrow, I'll change my career. Tomorrow, I'll start. Man, we have all been there, right? Tomorrow comes and somehow we find a way to justify staying right where we are. We choose the easy path again. We let the momentum die. But why? Why do we constantly lie to ourselves about when we're going to finally take control of our professional destiny? Here's the incredible twist. What if I told you that your absolute biggest obstacle isn't a lack of talent? It isn't a lack of opportunity. Actually, scratch that. It's not even the fear of failure. The real enemy is comfort. We are absolutely addicted to feeling safe. Comfort is a silent career killer because it masquerades as peace while it slowly, quietly steals your future potential. Today, we're going to expose exactly why your brain is completely addicted to this false sense of safety. Section 1. Evolution's Rule. Survival of the Rested.
To really understand why we sabotage ourselves today, we've got to travel way back, like 20,000 years back. Back then, there were no supermarkets, no hospitals, no safety nets. Finding food required enormous physical effort. A hunt could literally mean death, and a single injury could end your life. Now, fast forward to your modern career. Public speaking, pivoting to a new industry, walking into a networking event full of strangers. Here's the crazy secret. Your brain doesn't know the difference. The exact same alarm bells that went off when your ancient ancestor saw a predator are going off right now when you have to give a presentation to your boss.
And that brings us to the ancient brain's core survival rule: avoid unnecessary effort. See, back then, saving energy wasn't laziness, It wasn't procrastination. It was a strict biological necessity. The ancestors who rested and conserved their energy whenever possible were the ones who actually survived. So evolution rewarded comfort. Your brain was perfectly programmed to keep you alive by keeping you completely still. Which leads us to Section 2, the trap of predictability, the illusion of safety.
So how does this ancient hardwired programming misfire in a modern office? Well, when you try to change careers, pitch a massive new project, or start a business, your logical brain is asking, will this make me successful? But your primal brain? It totally ignores the potential for success. It fixates entirely on survival. It asks, will I survive this change? The unknown creates uncertainty, and to an ancient brain, uncertainty means mortal danger. You're perfectly safe sitting at your desk, but your nervous system is convinced you're taking a life-or-death risk.
The crucial point is this: familiar pain feels safer than unfamiliar possibility. This brilliantly explains why so many incredibly talented people stayed unhappy, unfulfilling, or dead-end career situations for literally years. Even if you completely hate your job, your brain knows you'll survive it because, you survived it yesterday. Predictability feels biologically safe, while possibility feels biologically terrifying.
All right, Section 3. The compounding cost of comfort.
It always starts quietly. One skipped networking event because you felt a little tired. Then one more hour scrolling LinkedIn instead of actually updating your portfolio. One more excuse not to speak up in a meeting. One more delay on that certification you wanted to get. None of these individual choices seem dangerous in the moment, but comfort compounds. Just like interest in a bank account, these minor, comfortable choices stack up day after day. But instead of building wealth and career capital, they silently build a massive mountain of regret.
The trap works because comfort feels really good today, but growth only feels good tomorrow. The scary part is that most people will gladly sacrifice their entire future potential for just a little bit of temporary daily relief. We basically trade the career of our dreams for the comfort of our current couch. Moving on to Section 4, why discomfort equals growth, the path to success.
Think about this timeline for a second. Think about every truly essential skill you've ever mastered in your life. Years ago, learning to walk meant falling down and getting bruised. Learning to read was deeply frustrating. Learning to drive a car felt incredibly overwhelming and, frankly, dangerous at first. Every single one of these felt highly uncomfortable, embarrassing, and just downright difficult. Now apply that to today, to your next big career move.
The discomfort you feel right now isn't a sign to stop. It's the exact same friction you felt before mastering every other major skill in your life. I really want you to burn this concept into your memory. Discomfort is the entrance fee for a better life. When you feel anxious about a new role, your brain isn't failing, it's growing. Muscles only grow after physical stress, right? Well, brains only grow after cognitive challenge. And professional confidence only grows after you push through career fear. Discomfort isn't a warning sign, it's the mandatory biological trigger for success.
Section 5. Rewiring your brain for success. Let's talk about the science of neuroplasticity. This is your brain's literal ability to change its physical structure and form new neural pathways every single time you choose effort over comfort. You're not permanently hardwired to be lazy or afraid, no way. Every time you push through the fear of a difficult conversation or tackle a complex project, you're physically rewiring the circuitry of your brain to become more resilient.
So how do we activate this? Here's the exact 3-step biological process. Step 1. Act despite fear. Growth isn't about suddenly becoming fearless. It's about taking action while your hands are still shaking. Step 2. That action strengthens new neural pathways. The more you do it, the thicker and faster those pathways become. And step 3. Discomfort becomes normal. What once felt absolutely impossible, like leading a massive team or changing industries, eventually feels completely effortless. You can literally train your brain to crave a challenge.
Finally, Section 6. Escaping the invisible prison.
We really need to look at the devastating cost of this biological trap. The greatest tragedy isn't failure, it's never discovering what you're capable of. Wow, the comfort zone feels so peaceful, but it is an invisible prison. Inside it, nothing terrible happens? Sure, but nothing extraordinary ever happens either. The danger is that the comfort zone becomes your permanent address. Years pass, your professional dreams slowly shrink, and your potential just disappears. Waking up one day to realize you've become a fraction of the person you could have been, that is a far greater threat than any temporary career failure.
The ultimate truth is this: your future is built by choices your present self doesn't feel like making. The life you want, the career you dream of, the confidence and respect you desire, none of it has ever existed inside your comfort zone. It's always been waiting just outside of it, guarded by that ancient survival instinct.
So, I want to leave you with a direct challenge. What is one uncomfortable thing you're going to do today that your future self will thank you for? Is it finally sending that email, making that phone call, signing up for that class? Whatever it is, recognize that the resistance you feel is just ancient biology trying to trick you. Break the programming, step into the discomfort, and go build the career you actually deserve. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep growing outside your comfort zone.